Hi everyone, welcome to the hit internet television web series, I Love a Gundam.
Right in my
You
ass.
love a Gundam.
This is actually the
Why to start the show with wasting money?
This is the Untitled Gundam Show. I will go around and introduce all the people at the table today. We have returning guest member Jason.
That one.
Momoa.
We have another returning member, Rhiannon.
It's me.
We have my best friend in the whole world. Oh, damn. Aiden.
You can pay me enough for that.
We also have the cutest girl in the world, Leonie. And we have number one hot boy, Daniel, who are joining me today to talk about the show that we watch every other week. We definitely watch the show every other week with no breaks.
No year and a half long breaks for no reason.
For nothing.
breaks.
These guys, they're wearing masks because they all look ugly.
Yeah, don't
The
look
whole
at our
bottom of
faces.
the face fucking
Horrific.
sucks.
Horrific, yeah.
What did we do tonight, guys?
We watched
We
Gundam.
watched Gundam.
We
I mean, I called my mom and my dad.
Yeah, it's Father's Day.
There's episodes that these two won't have much to say about.
Correct.
Dang.
Strangely apropos of Father's Day, though.
What?
Considering
Yeah.
a father character who's very interesting.
Oh yeah. This is like a Father's Day special of Gundam.
Did you also give your father brain damage?
Due to a lack of oxygen?
No, he got it elsewhere.
Let's talk about let's talk about
We don't know
what
that
we
for
did
sure.
for our fathers
Undiagnosed.
this Father's Day.
I said I told my dad that I was happy that he was my dad.
Aw, that's freaking cute.
And I was like, thanks.
We told our dad to go to the hospital to get his toe x-rayed.
Yeah, he maybe broke his foot.
The
Might
greatest
have
gift you
broken
can give a father: X-rays.
If he listened,
Hopefully.
my dad texted me and I told him that Walker, the BCW show, sounds bad.
But yeah, thank you for all coming here. Oh, hi. Thank you for all coming here today on Father's Day. I didn't know what day Father's Day was.
I had to Google it.
This guy ditched his dad. He was like, "Fuck you, old man. I gotta go watch anime I don't even like."
It's not even like that. I got him an NES.
What?
I feel like we need to go back and
Who
clarify
dat?
that we love our dad very much because he does sometimes watch Nathan's YouTube channel.
Super Mario
yeah, that should
Brothers.
just be a given.
He made us sing
Duck
Untitled
Hunt.
Gundam Show.
Yeah, we
And-
Why
talked
did
about
you
it.
buy him Duck Hunt?
What's your dad's
Wizards
name?
and Warriors.
Thanks, Ian, for watching Untitled Gundam Show.
We love you very much.
Yeah, you're the best.
And you should get
I'm not
that X-ray
unfond of
Please
you.
go to the hospital. Nathan, do you want to start YouTube beef with Stefan Molyneux for clout?
Sure.
Oh yeah, dude. Jason's dad fucking stole a girl from Stefan Molyneux because he's a little beta cuck who can't get none, and he has weird mommy issues. And like Jason's dad is just cool, and he rolled up and was like, "Hi, I'm a normal person," and she was like, "Whoa, you're way better than Stefan Molyneux. I'm gonna suck your dick." So Daniel,
Not the one with the skull.
hey,
Sorry.
getting on track. We're getting on track
I'm
here.
Gotta
sorry.
get back on track.
Daniel,
Yeah.
would you mind saying what your prior experience to Gundam is?
Zilch, I would say. Absolutely none.
Do you know? Before watching these five episodes, more than halfway into the first series of Gundam, did you know anything about the series?
Nope.
So were you like, you saw a giant robot, you're like, what? There's
Yeah,
robots?
there's like robots in this? Yeah.
Shit.
What now? What did you think of your brief exposure to the classic 70s television series Mobile Suit Gundam?
There were some good fights.
Okay.
There were some fun characters.
Yeah.
Some real chads.
A real Chad.
real
Real
Chad.
Chad.
True Chad.
Absolutely. Yeah, some I didn't really say intrigue. You were talking about intrigue.
It
And I was
didn't
like,
occur.
no, not really. Everyone's
I
just
mean,
kind of dumb.
Nathan's more of a hype man than a
He's a good hype
than a
man.
truth teller.
Listen, I'm saying this show's cool.
There's a
Red
lot
boy.
of teenagers who are very much into killing people, and even smaller children who seem to be getting on board with it.
I feel like the smaller children are more on
so
board.
bloodthirsty.
Yeah, the tiny children have always wanted to kill
Okay.
everyone.
They
Yeah,
love it
the-
when people die.
The teenagers struggle with it. It's like, you know, sometimes maybe I wish I wasn't
wasn't
killing all
like
these
this.
In
people.
some ways, that's true to life. Children don't understand death, and they're often
Yeah.
very self-centered.
Yeah, it's
That's why,
just, you know, we gotta
that's
win.
why they make such excellent soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great at
Historically.
it.
Child soldiers are
They
based.
prefer. Do you think I'm an idiot? Do you think I'm a fucking moron?
You're on the show.
That's
Wow.
fair.
Fair.
I rescind.
This is what actually
So the first episode of this set of Gundam.
Yeah.
What happened in this episode of the first episode we watched
They
tonight?
did the briefing for like the story that's gonna happen in the
This
new set.
current arc.
Yes.
The
where
current arc of.
They're like, we're gonna go fuck up a base.
Yeah.
We're gonna shove our fists so deep into Dozel's eye, he'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they would have like a decoy thing,
Mm-hmm.
and
The
Char
Trojan
was
horse.
just like,
As always,
nah,
the Trojan horse. Yeah.
You're talking about the
nah, I
Trojan
don't
horse.
believe in that.
Char's like, they can only get away with this bullshit one few times, and now they've worn out this ploy.
And there was a great line at one point that was the Trojan horse was a distraction.
Norton was a
What?
distraction.
See, but here's the question: Does the classic story of the Trojan horse exist in? It has to.
I mean,
the Trojan horse.
Why else
It was
would
just
they
a
call it that?
coincidence.
We got a new member of the White Base crew.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Fucking,
the-
Yeah.
Slugger.
Slugger, no, the fucking coolest guy.
Yes, you do.
See, no,
He
you
hops
missed.
on board and immediately starts harassing every woman he sees.
Nathan,
Nathan is
Nathan.
all about it.
Let me tell you how glad I am that you're here.
No, listen.
does
If we lose you, this will be the White Base crew.
What do you mean by that?
No, listen. Slager, once a woman shot him down, he's like, all right.
Hang on, wasn't there that scene where he was like, "You should shower with me," and she's like, "Nah," and then he's like,
And then
"All
he
right,
said-
I'll shower
With
these
the
kids."
boys.
No, they weren't kids. They're the other, they're like Kai and like
yeah,
the
the boys.
other,
He's
the
called
boys.
boys.
He
The
just says the
boys.
boys. He's
Oh,
like,
I guess.
he's like, fair enough. Come on, boys.
Yeah.
And then I presume that he fucked
They
Kai
were
in
in
the
the shower for a
shower.
long time, apparently.
Listen,
It did
He
take
took-
him a while to get to
He-
his Gundam outfit.
And it was
Yeah,
a long
and-
story.
whoa,
So I'm
that-
saying is they were in the
Yeah.
shower and Slager walked up to him and said, "You kind of look like a little girl. Wanna fuck?" And he was
my main
like,
character.
he was just
He sucks.
No, Slager's fucking cool. He both drinks and vomits up respect women juice.
Yeah.
He does not. He
No,
just
we'll get
wants
into
to
something
be
in a
true.
later episode. You'll understand that
He's already
Slager's
told me about
fucking
this.
cool.
I don't know. I don't.
It was cool when Slager punched that guy.
It was cool when he
And
like
he-
flicked him in the face.
And he caught the chain with his foot because there was no
yeah,
gravity.
that
Yeah.
was cool.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I would have fucked him.
Yeah.
Would have been like,
I mean,
Nathan, your standards are very low.
I would have at least flipped
This
up,
video is
like,
getting
his little, like,
demonetized.
skirt
I'd be like,
jacket
I just
thing.
nice, nice cock, bro. So, the White Base, it took off. It
Yeah,
took off in
sure
this
did.
base,
It
and
went
they
to
were like,
space.
we're gonna make them think that we're going for this moon base, but we're not. We're going to Solomon, a big space rock in the sky.
A different moon base.
A literal,
moon.
yeah.
Lots
An
of them.
important
Some other
one.
moon.
And Char's a guy in a ship. Is like, fucking Bright is like, we gotta trick Char. We'll make it look like we're going to the moon base. And they start doing it. And a guy on the Xeon ship is like, oh fuck, they're going for the moon base. And Char's immediately like, do you think I'm a fucking idiot? I drink smart bitch juice every morning.
Every morning, just flip it up.
Yeah, and
I
then
think that's called G Fuel.
G
Yeah.
Our sponsor for this video.
Yeah.
God, I bet G Fuel fucking
Oh, they
shells out the cash.
Yeah.
And then they fight in space.
Yeah.
In a very bad fight scene. This first one,
Is this the one with the gun? Or is that
This-
the next episode.
I think it is in the first episode because it was before Dom showed up.
Let me know when
This
we
is-
get to the weird Kirby.
this is the one where we
because
get-
That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Kirby
that's
guy.
also in this episode.
The
So
only good parts of this episode's fight are the Kirby enemy, who's like a yellow dude with teeth.
Yeah.
Show it on the screen. Show
Blade
the
hands.
audience. Blade hands. Big Ro.
Big Row.
Big
So
Row.
when I watched these episodes prior to the screening that we did here, just so I would know what happened in all of them, so I
Oh,
could direct
spoilers, dude.
conversation. Eat a penis. Fucker.
I mean, now you know who the main character is.
Yeah.
That's true.
Nathan.
The protagonist
Yeah.
of Untitled
It's a good
Gundam
show.
Show. There's an animation error in this episode.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! I want to talk
There
about the
was.
animation error.
It was really fun.
So what did so there's a bit where Gundam's like fighting and Sayla goes, "Where's the Dom? Where's the Gundam?" And then Gundam like he's not colored when he flies by either. When he flies by like far in the distance, he's not colored. He flies by and then it cuts to a shot of him and he's pointing his gun over here, but the barrel of his gun is floating in space like here, and then he turns his gun and his gun meets his barrel floating in space.
Maybe it's a floating barrel.
That's just how fast he is.
That's how fast.
That'd be really cool.
It was
if intentional.
instant transmission gun.
Yeah.
And everyone applauded.
Yeah.
It did.
We clapped. We clapped when we saw it.
Yeah.
It's like
These things
it's like
happened
Thompson.
so fast
It's got a
that it was
floating
like,
barrel.
oh.
Oh. It doesn't. We also get, as Jason pointed out, everyone's favorite suit. Well, with the exception of a little cameo at the end, everyone's favorite suit from this sequence of episodes.
Yes.
A weird, fucked up little gremlin creature.
Yeah.
So cute.
It looks
He's so
like,
round.
it
He's
looks like
so
an evil
big.
Kirby.
With edges.
He's an enemy from a Kirby game.
And I can't
He's round.
And when he shows up, Char is on the spaceship, and he's like, "What is that fucker doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, it's like an untested,
Yeah, you
like,
sent without authorization.
They say they reference it earlier, so they're
For
like, "We've
vengeance.
got the big row, 2 Doms, and an untested mobile."
The Char didn't even know what it was. Like, I didn't even know we had a thing like that on the ship.
The Zackrello.
The Zackrello, yeah.
Zackrello.
It does shoot
Zach
lightning out of his
Braffarello.
mouth.
yeah. It's pretty
Oh
cool.
my god, yeah, I should Photoshop Zach Braff on the thing, and then Photoshop,
Zach Galifianakis.
who's the girl?
Shane Garofalo?
No, from Garden State.
Oh, Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. Photoshop her face on the Ambrose gun. It'll be a good joke. You'll see. You'll see!
There was that,
So-
the general who promised to find a subordinate a husband.
That wasn't this
fucking
episode. It
weird.
was extremely strange.
So, yeah, during the briefing, the Admiral is like, "Once this war is over, Mirai, we'll find you a husband." And she's just like,
I have a fiance.
No,
He's like,
he doesn't even say that. He just goes like, "All right, you got a fiance, don't you? I forgot about your fiance.
"Well, if that isn't egg on my face,
You're already owned by a man."
And then,
thank God you have some value, Mirai."
that's good. And then Bright seems the most pissed off about it, more pissed off than her.
It's because Mirai, it's
He's
because
always-
Bright wants to, Bright's never happy.
Bright's
No.
always
It's like-
angry.
There's a
For your
part,
fiance.
this is in a later
That's
part
what
of
it
the
sounds
episode.
like.
Well, okay, I'll wait till we get to that episode. So then they fight the Doms in the big row, and Amuro. I only figured out on this viewing what Amuro does. He gets like caught by the big row, and it shoots a laser at him. And I didn't know what he did, but he just moves
Tucks
his legs.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tucks his
He
legs
doesn't even
in.
tuck them in. He just like
He
shoots
flips
his
them
hips
out.
to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And then he
pretty
shoots the
sick.
big row, and it's laser blaster.
Oh, he
Sure does.
shoots it. That's what's gonna happen.
And
Yeah.
that's-
Oh,
and
who
that's
shot
just-
it?
Yeah, he does like a cool move.
Yeah, it's because the pilot. of
Yeah,
the
that's
big row.
that's.
Because like I saw the
That's
legs.
I think that might be overselling what he
Pro gamer
does.
move right there.
Yeah,
He crouch jumped.
Yeah.
because the
That
pilot
is very difficult.
the pilot of the big.
It is.
row.
A DSP cannot crouch jump, and he's the greatest gamer that ever lived.
Come on, let me jump on this fucking barrel, man.
I can't believe how many DSP videos you watched that night. You fucking.
Oh
idiot.
no!
I wasn't actually watching-
Jason.
And his arms doing this. Come on, this is jerk off. That's jerk off hours.
And
Oh my
his,
God, Nathan, I
his
can't
eyes
believe
just
he's
roll.
jerked off right here in the video.
With all my friends around,
Jesus Christ.
I couldn't contain myself. I just had to whip. You know me. I'm like a monkey of you know, like when they do the Rich Evans sex pervert. It's
Yeah,
like, kind of
it's like a,
but that it'll be me. You know,
Do it.
Nathan sex pervert.
Yeah. the sex person.
I've been making faces this whole episode.
He
not
tried to claim
realizing
that
it.
pervert Nathan was
Yeah.
dead a while ago.
No,
one
horny
believed.
Nathan is dead, and he is.
But pervert Nathan, live and well.
Live forever.
He's on the DL. Yeah, this first episode like it's kind of bad
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's exposition and then a poorly edited fight scene with not great animation.
Everything's really close up, and so you can't orient anything that's happening physically in space.
And there's not a lot of dynamic animation in this episode.
No.
And there's that guy with the really weird face who's the one who's
one?
piloting.
The Kirby pilot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Kirby
he was,
pilot.
like,
and he's
really
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
He reminds me of the Monster Factory creation where they just made his face concave.
Yeah.
So it's just like a moon boy.
A moon boy.
Yeah, I will say some of the like side characters or like one-off Xeon guys that die, they all look fucking horrifically ugly.
Yeah,
They're all
weird
Well,
busted.
Nathan, we have to
jaws.
know that they're bad guys.
Yeah, evil
that's the thing,
people are
you're
ugly.
People cannot be evil.
Throughout the series, they do
Physiognomy.
humanize. They do humanize like some of the villains.
Yeah, but only the pretty ones.
But well,
I mean,
guess- I
Dozel
guess
isn't
Big
pretty, and they
Star
give him like
guy-
a wife that he loves. Gives her a little forehead.
He's got a big
kiss.
chin
He's
though.
kind
Like Big Chad.
of ruggedly handsome.
Yeah, I like his little friend.
I don't know.
Yes, like
He's got bad teeth.
Can't win more.
Episode 2. Char meets up with a guy. Did you any of you remember that dude's name? The guy with the mustache who looks like a Simpsons character.
Oh.
Do not remember what his name is.
The
I already gone at that point?
yes.
Yeah.
What are you
Yes, I
talking
believe
about?
so.
So no, he's not
we
yet
saw-
here
How
yet.
many
We
episodes do we watch?
meet
3, I think?
5.
We all watched.
Oh, we
There were
watched 5.
in total.
Yeah.
You
What?
guys saw 3.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, there are 5 in total. So this episode, that guy's next episode. This episode
Yeah.
is
many.
Char meets up with 3 other ships, 3
Yes.
Murais, and they're like, "We're just gonna fuck them up." And Char goes, "I try."
Yeah.
And then they go to do it, and they're like, haha, we're gonna fucking push their shit in. And they do get like some good hits on the white base. They like blow like 2 holes through like its front zone really bad. And Miss Bright's like, fuck.
And he's equally as
I'm
angry
just
as
as
he's
annoyed
been.
about this.
Yeah.
This is-
Yeah,
as
he's-
everything.
This is how
Same
Bright
tone of
talks all the
voice.
time. Sayla, I need you to go rest right now. I'm worried about your safety.
Yeah.
It's an order.
We're
I'm
just
so pissed right now.
It's like, oh,
Peace to
fine.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably.
Yeah, we can see.
So what happens in the episode?
What was that just then?
I shut down for a bit. Don't worry about it.
So it's
Narcolepsy.
Sexual
It's a-
I added something to a list.
Okay.
And there's a counter list, and when one outweighs the other, something happens.
He's gonna pout but suck his dick about it.
Give him a banana. I made a joke. You thought I was talking about zipping his pants, stuck his dick? No, it's peeling a banana. You're the pervert. So Amuro continues his bloodlust by killing a bunch of men really quickly.
Yes.
And the guy's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then Amuro just rolls up and slashes through the bridge of the Murai, and they
Oh,
all
yeah,
just
I
get
was
sucked
here
into
for that.
space.
Launch into space,
Yeah.
I believe in this episode we also
Armor
get.
the bloodlust once again.
Listen, if there's one thing Amuro loves to do, it's finish lots of men at the exact same time.
Just
Yeah.
real talent.
He's like one of those samurai guys where he like does the thing and then he like puts the sword back in. When it clicks, they all just like fall apart.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. That should happen in Gundam.
Yeah.
Sunrise? That's
Do
free
it.
one. Next one's gonna cost you. Wipe it on my leg. I'll take a shower.
Disgusting.
What's his name?
What? Whose name? The snot I just rubbed on my leg? Craig. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, Amuro murders a bunch of people and he feels nothing about it. We also get to witness a couple explosions that will repeat probably 4 times each.
Yeah.
When the Mirai explodes,
Yep.
we definitely see that 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And when a Dom explodes in a specific way,
Like
Yes.
the circular one.
the circular one where like it like branches come out from
Yeah.
like the sides. And,
Yeah.
like to be fair, it's a cool
They're
explosion.
good.
They're pretty
Yeah.
good
Okay to reuse.
explosions.
Yeah, and then they're just like, what if we did it again? Kids are dumb. They won't remember what happened last week.
No.
Fuck
I
them.
mean, I don't.
I don't remember anything that
I
happened
don't
last
remember
week.
what happened 5 minutes ago.
I don't know who any of you people are. Get out of my house! So...
Was this the one where he cuts the thing's head off and then like jumps off with his momentum?
Oh yeah, no, he shoots its
I mean,
lens,
it's hot
and then he
there.
kicks it,
Yeah.
and then he jumps off of it to fly past
And
it.
that was a
Yeah.
cool thing.
I'm gonna go like.
We
suck some
also
ice cubes
get-
when I'm gone.
We also get
They were having a
Slugger.
side conversation.
Slegger shows up, and they're like, Slegger, shoot the guns. And Slegger's like, nah, not until you meet my conditions.
Yeah.
And then they do, and Slegger's like, I will shoot now. And then he does good, so Bright doesn't get mad at him.
It's like I might not hit anything unless you turn us 180 degrees.
Also, Kai's not quite as much of a bitch this time.
Yeah, you hyped that up a lot.
He's nice. He says nice things to people. He cares about his friends. He's
Does-
not always crying.
He gets like constructive criticism. Goes, thank you, love you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very cute
Yeah.
actually.
yeah, it's
That
great.
was good.
We could all take a page.
Yeah.
So after this episode, the white base is all fucked up.
Yeah.
Whenever Nathan gives me constructive criticism, I tell him to go fuck himself.
Sometimes you go you don't always do. In fact, that's the rarity. You usually go, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
And then I get mad at how, like, nice you are. I'm like,
how dare you accept criticism?
how dare you just be good?
That's how it usually goes.
So then, they blow, the white base goes and it's like, we're fucked up, we need to hang out somewhere and chill for a minute. So we get revealed Side 6. Earlier in the episode, they do reference that Mariah's fiance is on Side 6, so obviously when they're like, we're going to Side 6, it's like, oh yeah, he's going to show up.
It was good foreshadowing.
They had to go to Belgium.
They had to go to, correct.
There's one of the earlier episodes where like they make a
Belgium
big
isn't
deal
real.
about Gundam's arm being
Well, yeah, but it's a
damaged.
fictional.
Yeah, I've never been
Yeah.
It's when he fights the Kirby
Space is
suit.
real, and
Yeah.
Space is in this show.
It's just like
Yeah, there's no such thing as space.
This is how chains of reasoning work.
What?
What are you guys talking about over there?
No,
you know that the
they-
mic,
She did-
just
she's-
your
she's in a-
side conversation will just drown out our conversation, right?
It's not your fault for not.
I
It's not our fault you didn't
apologize.
join in.
Yeah.
Anyways, Gundam's arm gets damaged by the Kirby enemy. So, the Kirby bot, I just want to talk about what the Kirby bot does to the Gundam's arm.
The Kirby got
It
one.
damages the arm.
It hits but they zoom in, it's slow motion, doesn't mean anything.
Slager mentions it later. He's like, oh man, the arm got messed up, huh? It's like, yeah.
And then it's fine.
Yeah.
And I wonder if like sometimes they don't know what the next episode of Gundam is going to be exactly, because sometimes they do introduce things and then just go, like forget that shit.
Never mind. We didn't. It's not
Don't
important.
want it.
There's in the episode with Side 6, I'm pretty sure that's where they also fight that weird spaceship where the gun stretches off.
Yeah.
You like
That
that?
was a cool design. Yeah.
It is neat because it's like our guns are here. Lol, JK.
Yeah.
There's also a part where they get shot by a blast, like a laser blast, and they're like, where did that come from?
Yes.
And I'm still unclear if it came from the ship's gun stretching or if there was just a mysterious assailant they didn't see.
yeah.
Because
I thought it would be like the stretch one and it came from a weird
That was
angle.
what I assumed. He's like, oh, it's coming from a weird angle.
But like, it seems like they know that ship can shoot from weird angles, but they don't talk about it later as if it was the ship.
It was a prototype, right?
But they saw like the arm, and Amuro said it's shooting from weird angles.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's up with that bit. I don't know if it'll ever get paid off, or if it was just the
I'm
prototype.
sure
One down.
it will.
Did Jason die?
4 to go.
Yeah, he's
I'm
dead.
not. I wasn't here for these episodes.
Oh,
So we're gonna kill you then.
I gotta
Okay.
go.
Speaking of
Wake
not being
me
here
up-
for these episodes.
Wake me up when we're talking about that weird
It's
psychic
probably a
girl.
good time for me to say good night.
In the middle of the
Yes.
episode.
As much as I would love to stay, I am a sleepy, tired
Yeah,
human.
she's got.
yeah, you turn into a pumpkin at 10. Yeah. White Beast gets fucked up. They go to Side 6. Side 6 is like Switzerland. It's neutral. You can't even fight within its
You have to
airspace.
lock your guns down.
Yeah.
so they-
Space.
Space base, correct.
Space.
Space.
Not airspace.
So they go to Side 6 and they land and they're like, don't fucking fuck anything up. And then the guy who meets them, who is described in the subtitles as prosecutor and in the dub as the district attorney.
Oh.
So two
A
different.
localization thing, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know why the subtitles say
Is
prosecutor
this
in the
green
dub.
suit man, Mr. Cameron Bloom?
Cameron,
Yes.
yeah, Cameron. Do you remember his last name? Wow.
Can't believe it.
I mean, a district attorney
Should
doesn't
invite
act
every
as a
episode.
prosecutor.
Do you get a Gundam point for that?
Oh, it's because he's a psychopath.
Ah, yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll probably get a Gundam point.
Gundam Boy
One
points.
Gundam point.
One Gundam point, yeah. You can bet on things with Gundam. I forgot to explain this to you when you
Oh, okay.
arrived.
Honey Mussy?
It's his only good one.
No, it is not.
Coming in the air tonight.
Studio.
That's what I was
Did
just
the thing?
referencing.
That's the one he just did.
That's the one I was just referencing.
Boom.
Anyways, so in this episode they go to Side 6 and they get like they go grocery shopping.
Yeah.
And then
and
Amuro is
chef
like the chef's like I can make
makes
new
me good
things.
tonight.
Finally, I can cook something different for the crew to eat.
Yeah.
No more slop. And then Amuro sees across the street his mi padre.
Puppy.
Father. And he runs across the street almost getting killed by a car.
Yes.
Oh, and his father just keeps running from him.
He's
Yes.
like, oh fuck, it's my
He
son.
definitely saw him.
And then his dad rides the bus such a short distance that Amuro
Yeah.
can keep pace on foot.
It's
We
like
all
a
get mad at
30-second
him.
bus ride.
And then when Amuro meets up with him, he's like, Dad! And his dad's reaction is, oh, hey Amuro.
Yeah.
I thought he killed his dad by accident.
Well, no, he
thought-
blows like
no.
a hole in the ship and his dad gets sucked out into space, but he's wearing like a spacesuit, so we didn't explicitly see him
Okay,
die.
yeah.
But we do learn that he gave his father brain damage.
He must have brain damage from the lack of oxygen.
He says that a lot.
Yeah.
And then his dad is kooky crazy.
I love his dad so much.
Gives him a VCR.
He just
like-
gives him like a random cassette tape with like bits missing. He's like, "This will make a Gundam do better." His son's like, "What the fuck?"
That's what he said. That's what Amuro was like. Damn, I must have fucked his brain right up. And then he's like, ha 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 ha.
He has a great laugh.
Yeah, he does it twice.
Great crazy laugh.
There's a great moment where Gundam is fighting something and he beats it, and he goes, "Yes, fantastic!" And then he turns and goes, "Glory to the Federation!"
Watching on the TV, like yes.
He's just screaming, getting his neighbors.
Sounds like
mad.
people we know watching the WWE.
I mean, that's what Gundam fights are basically.
It's pretty hype.
As Jason says about the show, the only thing Jason ever has to say about the show.
They fought the robots.
I've seen Aiden kill a bird with his bare hands.
I just don't believe in charity.
We were walking somewhere and a seagull got too close to him and Aiden grabbed it and just like tore its head and spine out and screamed to the heavens like a predator. This is also the episode where we get to see Slager be a big huge Chad. This guy, Cameron,
yeah.
Mariah's fiance, shows up and he's like, "Mariah, do you still want to give me the pussy?" And she's like, no, you're kind of a little punk bitch. And he's like, "I guess that's true, but please give me the pussy." And then he's like trying to convince her to like come hang out at his house and like, I'll probably suck his dick.
And like grabs her.
And he's like, he starts talking like a weird, like crazy incel. He's just like, "Don't you know I love you and what I would do for you?"
Yeah.
And then Slager like rises out of nowhere.
Just floats into frame.
He's a nice guy because he takes off his glasses and then punches him in the face. And he flies backwards. And Slager's like, "I don't like to see a lady harassed," which I'm like, okay, Slager, you're a weird guy. You're an interesting man. And then she's like, "No, Slager, he's chill." And he's like, "Oh,
okay.
Well, in that case, Dweebenheimer, take your glasses back. I'm fucking out of here."
Floats them gently
And
towards
then, I don't know, Slager probably went and fucked like 1 million women.
Oh, yeah.
Sired 10,000 children, all of them with great chins.
Beautiful locks.
Yeah, beautiful hair.
Nice little ass.
Also, Slager always seems high. So, then they just hang out on White Base. Amuro, like, talks to his dad, and then they're gonna leave because they're gonna go get White Base repaired at this dock owned by Mr. Bergamino.
Yes.
Who's just this fat guy that's like, "I'm a businessman."
I have my dock. Yes, my precious dock.
Kind of my dock that I definitely don't do crime at.
Precious dog.
My dog. And then they go there, and he's like, "Don't worry, Zeon.
If you want to dock, you'll have to pay me first.
If you must pay the toll to get to the boys' hole." So.
Actually, I'm gonna leave again.
So Bergamino's like, "Come check out my hangar, my floating dock. Zeon won't fuck with us because they love me. They think my dick is huge."
Yeah.
And then Zeon is immediately like, "Fuck Bergamino, blow his shit up." And then he's like, "No, I've been betrayed by the bad guys. Why? I can't believe it." This is where we get the Simpsons man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks like a Simpsons character.
Yes, he does.
And he's like, "Char's a little bitch and I hate him. He's slimy and he's always up to
Everyone
something."
hates Char.
No, Garma didn't until Char killed Garma.
Oh, well.
Garma's like, "My old buddy Char, you're an orphan and you suck."
And wasn't the Simpsons man also like, "And then if I die, Char's gonna laugh at me like that ass guy."
Yeah, there's a part where they're fighting and Char's like coming with his ship, Zanzibar.
That was
And he's like, "Oh no, the Zanzibar's coming. Char's coming to laugh at me." And that's always his biggest fear, that Char's gonna emasculate him. So they blow up Bergamino's shit, and then Cameron shows up, and they're like, "Whoa, stop shooting. We can't. If we blow up that guy's ship, it'll cause an international incident."
Yeah.
Are we
We'll
on
have-
episode 3 now?
It's like 4 or 5 now.
We're on 3. I think we're at the end of 3, because then they go back to side 6 because they're like, "Fuck, we failed our mission."
Yes.
And then that's when Zanzibar, in the next episode, Zanzibar also docks in
Yes.
side 6.
Yeah.
So now the Zeon and the Federation are on the same ship, and Hayato's like, "I want to go just fuck him up." And Bright's like, "You're dumb, don't." And he's like, "Yeah," and shits in his pants.
Didn't like Kai mention of like, "Oh, this is really dumb and funny, like an anime. Why don't we have a picnic
like
with
one of
them?
my
Because we're at
Japanese
peace right
animes."
now."
Yeah, he's in the subtitles it says comic book. In the dub, he says this is like a sitcom. Why don't we invite them over for a party?
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Right, Slager?" And Slager wakes up from his weed coma and goes,
Yeah.
yeah.
kid.
I'm so blazed."
Sure, man. Whatever.
And then Amuro goes to visit his dad again, and on the way it rains, and none of the vehicles have roofs.
No.
So he doesn't want to get wet. So he hides out at a building, and then he uses his now starting to be explained psychic powers to find an ethnic woman. He's like, whoa, is that my Manic Pixie dream girl? And he hangs out with her, and she's like, the swan is beautiful, and it died. That's so fucking sad. I cry every time. And Amuro's like, you're hot. And she's like, your eyes are pretty. And then it shows a shot of Amuro, and his eyes are just black.
Yeah.
And then we all.
Because he doesn't even like color.
Some of the characters don't have whites in their eyes.
Yeah, like Bright
like
and Mirai.
Yeah.
Like a demon on the CW show Supernatural.
No.
Nathan?
Or like a
No, we're not bringing that shit up. Don't bring that shit around here. This is my house.
It's not. So they go back to White Base.
He's gonna have to disavow this whole show.
So Amuro talks to this brown girl for a bit, and then it stops raining, and she just prances off into the sunset.
Right.
She's like,
I was really hoping she'd just slip in the mud.
She had like a weird like 70s moo dress on.
Yeah.
Like this little like low cut star.
Yeah.
She floats later.
As well.
No, I mean, she's just working it.
So she runs off, and then Amuro goes and visits his dad, and his dad is like just continuing to be crazy.
Yeah.
And his dad is like, I'll build another device, and it'll be even better than the last one. He knocks a bunch of shit on the floor, and then he just goes, ah! And Amuro goes, did my dad always suck? And then he thinks about it, he's like, yeah, my dad kind of always sucked.
Remember that time when he was a kid?
Yeah, and then
like, fuck off, kid.
Get the fuck out of here, you little bitch.
And then kid around me.
He leaves his dad, in the way that it's shot, it implies that he's like never going to come back and visit his dad because he gave his dad brain damage.
More of the dad.
And then on the way back, he gets stuck in some mud.
Yep, with his car.
And then a car shows up to help him. And who gets out but #1 fuckboy, Char. And Amuro's like, oh, it's Char. How did I know that? I must be some sort of new type of person. That's because the psychics in Gundam are called new types.
Is it NEW or NU?
NU, like new metal?
It's NEW type. It's new type. It's the proper NEW. NEW,
not
like backwards baseball cap.
No, Gundam's not smart enough to do that. I was gonna say dumb enough, but no, that takes a real galaxy brain to make that decision.
New tropics.
So then Char's just a cool guy. And Amuro is like so enamored by how hot he is that he like barely forms a sentence.
Aren't they on other sides of a war?
Yeah, but they're in a neutral zone.
They're in a neutral zone, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're gonna fuck, dude. So Amuro hangs out with Char for a minute. He gets his car unstuck, and then Lala's like, "It's me, your Manic Pixie Dream Girl," and then they drive off. And then Char's like, "You're gonna fight. You're gonna go to battle. You're gonna fucking kill a man." And Lala's like, "Ha ha, okay."
Is this before or after she just like floats through?
This is before she floats.
Before the flying.
I love her name. It's just Lala.
Lala.
Lala with an H.
That sequence is shot so... Like, it takes such a long time, and they keep zooming in more on her face.
She's pretty. She's got
well,
green
no,
eyes.
and the background just turns into
her
weird...
expression is just like...
Yeah.
What? And the background as she's floating turns into this weird, like, kaleidoscope.
Yeah, it gets a little psychedelic.
Yeah.
She's psychic.
Because she's...
That's what that.
Also, as soon as she walks out of like the ship or whatever she's on, she just glows.
Yeah.
Because everyone's shocked by her beauty and psychic ability.
She's so beautiful.
She's brown. So after meeting up, they go back to the base, and this is where we get the great scene where Striger reveals even more how much of a base you'll like this. This will turn you onto Sliger's side. So Cameron comes on board and he's like, I'm going to be a human meat shield for you guys so you can get out of here. And Mirai's like, fuck off, Cameron. And then Sliger rushes forward and fucking backhands the shit out of Mirai.
From out of nowhere.
Just slaps her shit and goes, listen up, you dumb bitch. This guy's being a base Chad. You need to wake the fuck up. And then Lieutenant Bright is like, Sliger's a Chad. He's 100% correct.
That's right, Lieutenant.
And then like Cameron's like, you have to hit my fiance.
And he also turns around on Cameron and
what?
like, yeah.
Dude, you tripped her. I saw.
Everyone agreed that Sliger was
the episode.
Sliger was like a base Chad, and everyone loved him. It's weird. Only for a bit do people go, you kind of suck, Sliger. But immediately, like after a few missions, they're like, no, Sliger's the coolest.
On him, yeah.
Because he's a good pilot. He's cool. There's a part where he makes fun of... He doesn't make fun of Amuro, but he calls Amuro a good boy.
Yeah.
And Amuro is like, hey, could you chill out with calling me a good boy? And he literally just goes, sorry, okay.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Sliger, that's why Sliger's like a weird character. Because, like,
that's what got you fired from your last job.
I was like super into that's true.
That's just brutal.
No, that's not even like
being a chill good boy got him fired from his last job.
So then they're
It's
like,
for him.
we gotta go.
It's a bit for him.
And then they leave, and Cameron
all
like
for me.
helps them out as they leave. But then
They shoot anyway.
Xeon shows up, and they try to blow them up. And
Yeah.
she's like, "Get out of here, Cameron!" And then as Cameron leaves, he's like, "Take me by the bridge. I want to wave goodbye to Mirai." and he waves at her. And when it cuts to the shot of Mirai waving, I don't know what they were trying to draw or convey, but it really does look like that Mirai just looks and goes.
You see a fist, and then you see a finger in the middle. Literally,
It's
there's
like-
nothing else it could be.
My only thought is that she's like waving like, so yeah. So then they have a big fight with where this is the fight scene where Amuro counts and they kill those 12 Doms in under 3 minutes. And the news is there being like, we're filming a real battle, and that's when Amuro's dad is like, I don't give a fuck about show me the Gundam. Oh my penis.
Amuro killed him.
He's like a fucking fat Italian guy watching football.
Yeah.
We're currently battling in outer space.
I'm not interested in the white base. Show me the Gundam. How's the Gundam faring in battle? That's right there. Come on, Amuro. You can do better than that.
Hey! My son's out there.
Hey, a marathon! So then
Look at the
they fight. Hey, Jason, say the line, Jason.
They fought the robot.
And Amuro reveals that he is again a psychopath who loves murdering, and then we see the same
Who
explosions
doesn't,
repeat.
though?
Who doesn't love murder?
You're right.
Oh, who doesn't? Yes, indeed.
So then they fight the battle. Everything goes good, except no. This is later. This is in the next episode. They beat the guys, and then they're like, "We're gonna get out of here." And the Simpsons man explodes. They blow up his ship.
Yeah.
They blow up all the ships.
Yeah.
Oh, they blow up his ship because Amuro uses his psychic powers to know where the weak points are.
Yeah.
And he stabs
That's
his
the swords
beam
in all
sabers
over
in.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it blowed up.
It did.
And it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool moment. I like that they're playing more into like the fact that Amuro is a psychic because I said way earlier in this show, the Untitled Gundam Show, that Amuro was a psychic, and I was really worried that I was wrong. And then I was reading his wiki article, and they're like, he's the first like he's like the big known new type, and I'm like, I was right. He is a psychic, and they are new types. I know Gundam lore.
I hate that they're called that.
New types?
Yeah. It still bothers me.
I'm sorry, because they're a new type of person.
I know why.
So after all this bullshit has transpired and Char has been like, I'm planning things, we meet Dozel, and Dozel's like, Big Zam, and that's his only function, is to be like, Big Zam's coming.
Big Zam.
He's getting ready to show he's
We had a
going to
little bit of a taste with like Big Ro.
That guy, like, swan dives towards Big Zam right at the end of the episode?
Yeah, he's like, I'm getting in there. So then they fly to this base, which is like this big asteroid, and they start attacking it. And a rest of the military is coming to join them. So they show up, and a bunch of GMs, which they call gyms, and then a bunch of balls show up.
Then those guys, they come around and they like go around from the side.
They connect to the mass deferens.
It's a flanking maneuver. We gotta all just start doing like hand gestures right now. And the strategy is a double envelopment.
And then he gets a Hail Mary pass, and Flintwood takes it up the line straight to the end zone. I'm scared that Mike Ditka will come to me at night and kill me.
He would kill us.
Remember when he was in Kicking and Screaming?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So they fight this big battle, and then we get introduced to a cool new weapon that I thought was sick. It's the thing that reflects solar energy.
Yeah, Archimedes ray.
Yeah. And I think like when they're setting it up and they're showing it off, I'm like, oh, is this gonna reflect like a solar ray? And they do. I think they do mention like solar ray accusation occurring, and then they just fire this big beam that like Dozel's like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, we don't know. It's not a laser. It's not a particle ray. And he's like, where is it coming from?
It's just
So-
hot.
It's just hot. It blows up a bunch of Zaku's.
I've got to complain about this one.
Yeah.
I've seen Mythbusters.
But the
They
difference-
did an episode on
better
this
show.
one, folks.
These are
But
different.
here's
Currently,
the thing.
at some point, Gundam's gonna get good. We just have to wait till
These
this
are
season's
future
done.
mirrors, Aiden. They're not.
And
Can't
They
judge
gave
by
it
our
There's
mirrors.
no
A plausible.
There's no resistance. It's in space,
They
so
gave
you have
it
the
a plausible.
full radiation
And they say that
of the nearby star.
they pay lip service to the fact that they're not reflecting sunlight. They're reflecting a solar ray. Like, they say more than just a sunlight. Also, we don't know what kind of tech that has to soup up the heat.
Also, they could be closer to the star than Earth is, so that would be more intense.
I also do like, one of the things I like about Gundam, and because I think like Gundam comes off really cheesy because a lot of the dialogue is dumb, but I think, I've said this before, on a macro scale, I think it's really cool and interesting. I think it's really cool that the base that's in those asteroids, its primary weapon is just asteroids they've put rockets onto.
Yeah.
They have just meteorites that they're like, weaponize those things.
The Expanse.
So they fire the ray at the ship, and Gundam lands down on it, and then he does a thing that you like. When he blows a hole in the wall.
Oh,
yeah.
He cuts through it.
And he pushes his shield through it.
Yeah.
And then just like does a cool stomp down and then a pan up.
Yeah. And he's like,
I love the stomp pan up.
I'm in your shit. And then that's when we get the sort of the getcha for the next episode. You gotta come back for the next episodes because he's like, the Big Zam is ready. Yeah. And they show this like big sexy shot of the Big Zam.
Oh, yeah.
And then the episode ends and the next episode music starts playing. We were like,
Big Zam.
Big Zam.
I don't know if this will be relevant anywhere, but there was a shot that you really liked. It was when it kept zooming in.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Context, but you loved that.
So, Char is thinking about his sister. And when he thinks about her, it shows a photo of her when she's a little girl with just like an abstract like color background. Yeah. And then it makes this like sting sound like and it zooms in 4 times. Bigger. And then that's it.
That's it.
It's done.
Yeah. I'm thinking about sister.
Yeah. That's how I think about my sister.
You know what Char thinks about his sister?
She's weak.
That couldn't be her. That woman's much too strong.
My sister was weak.
I think at some point, I don't know if it's this sequence of episodes and we just missed the lines. Well, it has to be because these are the ones I watched recently. But Char goes like, my sister still can't be on White Base. She's like a pacifist cuck. She'd never get back on there and fight war.
Yeah, it is.
We also get to see the dumb combination of Gundam, where it's the top part of Gundam just on the back part of a spaceship. Yeah. And he flies around. That's what he kills the dumb little boy ship with.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Zachrello.
He broke his shield again in one of these episodes, but he had a second sword hiding underneath his shield.
That was cool.
So
he thinks he breaks the shield, but there's a sword underneath it.
Double beam saber.
Well, he doesn't. On his design, you can see that he has 2 beam sabers. He has these 2 white things that come off of his backpack, and those are beam sabers.
Well, no, elaborate.
Oh, dual wielding is inherently bisexual.
Yeah.
Well, Amuro does want to fuck Char.
Exactly.
But he also wants to have sex with a girl who's dead and that brown girl. Lala.
Very bisexual.
Just like a preference lean.
Yeah.
By me
too. Also, I hope that when when Amuro eventually killed Lala in combat, he doesn't know that he killed her. Because there's this great episode of Outlaw Star where one of the characters from the ship in Outlaw Star becomes really good friends with this little girl when they're like just parked at a space station. But then later that little girl is fighting them in a ship, but he doesn't know, and he blows her out of the sky and goes, I did it, I killed them. He doesn't know that he killed like one of his few friends that he's ever made. So, are there any other standout moments that people want to talk about from this sequence of Gundam episodes? Moments you liked, moments you thought were dumb?
Minerva.
Minerva.
Oh,
and the general guy giving his wife like a little kiss on the
forehead. That's they take. That's what another thing I like about the show. They take moments to like show that these villains aren't just like I'm evil.
Yeah.
Like they have little things about them that make them feel like real people.
Didn't his wife bring the baby and then she was like, "You're scaring the baby, honey," and he's like,
on his face.
And then he walks away.
Because he says something and the baby starts screaming. She's like, "Your voice scared the baby," and he goes, maybe I'm gonna interpret that laugh as my child is cute.
Yes.
With her baby.
I am loud and I did not mean to frighten the cute baby. Jason, when the baby appeared, I didn't hear a baby.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention anymore at that point. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you.
I noticed the subtitles didn't say kamikaze, but the dub did.
The dub did, yeah. What did the subtitles refer to? I always paid more attention to the dub than the subs, because I think the dub writing is better than the subtitles. Because there's a part where they're fighting and Slegger says, "Come get some," or like, "Let's play." Yeah. But the subtitle is just bastards, and I'm like, that's so much more boring than him being like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah.
As much as Slegger is like a prototypical 70s womanizing man, I think he is an incredibly fun and like a cool dude.
Oh, I think there's a part where what's the name? The girl, they're having that conversation where they're like, "Are you scared?" And in the subtitles, she says, "Aren't you?" And then in the dub, she just goes, "No," and leaves.
No.
Oh, and then I forget his name, but he was whining about how much he wanted to be better than Amuro, and he was getting blood.
I think you had the good joke. What was your good joke?
Come on, I know you got it.
Well, he had the sicko mode joke.
That was like that.
Amuro has terminal sicko mode.
Amuro has terminal sicko mode. There's actually a moment I like when Amuro's counting the people he's killing. When he gets to 9, he says in a really deep tone, he's like 9. And I'm like,
oh, so he Rammsteins
That's his
it up.
personal best, so he's breaking.
To us.
Yeah.
That's no, he's because he kills more than 9. He's counting how many he lasts until.
Okay.
Until.
Okay.
I will say Amuro does go
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. There's actually that funny scene where they're all on the bridge.
And they see something on the monitor.
No, Cameron sees Mirai and he goes, oh. And she goes, oh. He's like, oh. And then everyone on the base is like, oh. It's great. I love how much people in anime dubs go, oh.
No.
Were there any good bloodthirsty children moments in these episodes?
Yeah, when
they're all the spacesuits.
To go kill the.
We have to wear the spacesuits, otherwise they won't let us fight.
Yeah, they want to murder. There's also a point where Bright's gonna go meet with a commander to discuss their plan, and Kika, I know their names, unfortunately. Kika is like, I want to meet the commander too, so I could be a part of the murder.
Yeah. She says it exactly like that.
Like lambs to the slaughter, they will come.
Yes.
They should give her a gun.
They should. We'll see what happens.
But yeah. Yes.
Oh, there was one point where I think Cameron put his like hand on Mira, and it's just like a distant shot. You just see her go.
Oh, I missed
and like
that.
it's just 2 frames of hand up.
Does she brushes
She
him
absolutely
brushes him off?
slaps his hand off.
When they first show
Fucking
up,
dumb.
before he like blows it by being a little beta bitch, he touches her arm, and Bright looks at him like, "That's supposed to be my pussy. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm going to fuck with her eye." And then she ditches him, and he's like,
It was an arranged marriage, though.
But they also state that they do like each other.
Yes.
Well,
She
apparently
was
they
concerned.
did.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
but,
changed because she fought in a war, and he's rich.
And like
And he didn't want to fight in the war.
Yeah, like when she's like, "You didn't look for me yourself personally." He's like, "No, I had to
I
move.
hired people.
I'm bringing
what
it down.
do you
If no one
have?
wants to talk about, if no one has anything more to say about
Tell us what
Gundam,
you got.
I like how they have the
Big
token
sexy.
guy who looks at the view screen and says what's happening, but he's looking away from the view screen the whole time.
oh,
He has to
the
look
screen's
up
behind him.
and
He's like
down
cock his
the
head.
entire time.
That's a good detail.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not like a thing, but so that it's audio and you remember. Your joke of like editing out the green screens and just putting them.
I've been thinking about that since like earlier,
Yeah.
like this morning.
There's
So
like
it's
a couple
not.
shots that I'm like, I'm just thinking about Nathan. Like editing it in the middle of the episode. It's just there and not.
It's whenever Dozel's talking in like the command room. He's like, "Fuck, shit's fucked."
Yeah.
Just gonna put fucking Amuro and Char cross fan art where they're just
34.
making out.
Yeah.
What did people think about this episode of this series of Gundam episodes?
It's moved like a lot quicker since the last time. There's more stuff to engage, and it has had more like good moments of the like, yeah, Gundam.
Yeah, I think Gundam is a show that like kind of upswings as it goes on.
Yeah,
I would
it
say
definitely
started off slower.
It
but
definitely
got there.
leans pretty heavily into relying on creating these one-off like cool boy moments.
But Daniel, what did
Each
you think
sold
of your
separately.
of
I thought it started out slow, I would agree, but there was an upswing for sure. There were fun characters that were almost always a joy to see when they showed up on screen. There were some hype moments.
Yeah, there were some moments where you were like, where you marked out, you're like, "Whoa, that's cool, that's cool."
Like notable moments.
Are you gonna come back for more Gundam?
If I can, yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah, I'd love to have you back. Aiden, what did you think of the Gundam?
I thought there was a lot of rich textual detail.
Like that.
A lot of
Lala is brown, and that's really interesting.
Well, complex meta narrative.
War bad.
A guy did look directly into the camera.
At one point, yes, he did a gym. Yeah.
War bad.
We're bad.
But also,
even if giant robots.
There was a lot of high-level commentary that I don't think most of the people got.
Right
but
over my head.
For those of us who knew.
I've only read James Joyce's Ulysses once. I couldn't keep up.
I have breasts, so I can't think.
You think there's brain up here?
No.
That's why Jason's head no longer empty.
Yeah, no longer empty.
But meat is still huge, and pain is endless.
Pain is up.
All right, well, everyone, friends, Leon. Oh wait, what did you think of Gundam? You've been here a bunch though.
I've been here a bunch though. It's always the best part about Gundam is sharing it with friends.
Oh. So with that, we bring to a close another episode of the Untitled Gundam Show. We talked a lot. I'm glad that I'm going to keep doing the thing where I watch the episodes before I screen them because I remembered everything that happened, and there wasn't moments where I had to like really think about what happened.
And people were like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah, but so
should we say grace?
We thank our Lord Amuro for the pizza we ate tonight, and we hope that all of our enemies, especially Char, get their shit pushed in.
Amen.
God bless.
Big Zam.
Big Zam.
Big Zam.
Big Zam.
Big Zam.
All right.
Big Zam.
That's it.
All right.
アムロ振り向かないで宇宙の彼方に輝く星はアムロお前の生まれたふるさとだ覚えているかい少年の日のことを暖かいぬくもりの中で目覚めた朝をアムロ振り向くなアムロ男は涙を見せぬもの見せぬものただ明日へと永遠